Hi, my name is Vonda Covington. I'm a divorce attorney in Richmond, Texas, Fort Bend County, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the way we do at our firm our initial consultations. We do an initial consultation that is usually somewhere between an hour and 2 hours long. During that time, the attorney meets with the client. We talk to the client about what's going on in their lives, what brings them to us, what their concerns and questions are. We go through what their options are, what kind of process options there are, what the law is, and how that sort of crosses with what their situation is and what they can expect if they do this, if they go down this path. This is probably the type of thing that you can expect, and what you can expect if you go down this other path to get to the final result. We ask for a lot of information for the initial consultation. We ask people to fill out an interview sheet. We have things in the interview sheet that we need to know for the purpose of really, like if it's a divorce and there's some sort of a marital estate, we need to know what that looks like to let them know, how the law is going to affect them and what they can expect in the process. Young kids get treated differently from older kids when there's certain kinds of problems. Those things get treated differently. At the end of our initial consultation, our goal is that our client will have enough information to know what the best way is for them to proceed and what the next steps are for them to move in that direction. Sometimes people come to us earlier in the process, kind of, I'm thinking maybe I'm going to need to get divorced. If I do, what's that going to look like? We're happy to answer those kinds of questions. A lot of times I've had people who've come in for one initial consultation and then maybe another, quote, initial consultation a year later, and a third a couple years after that, and then they finally decide that, this just isn't working, they can't fix it, and they need to move forward. I'm happy to help in situations like that. So is my partner, Jamie, as well as in situations where things are exploding and the party needs our help right now. And we are able to come up with, these are what the steps are that we're going to take. This is what you need to do to protect yourself. And this is how we should go forward. There are a lot of times when people come in and they want to know what options they have, but they don't really want to fight in court, and we are able to talk them through that as well, so that they can then talk with their spouse about other alternatives other than just full-blown war. So that's what our initial consultation is. It's a chance for the client to get to know the attorney to get to know the client. The attorney gets to ask enough questions to be able to get the information that the attorney needs to give good quality, sound legal advice, and the client gets to ask enough questions to figure out what they really need to do. And like I say, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes it takes every bit of that to do that, and it is well worth it, because by the time the client leaves, the client should have a pretty good idea what the client can do.